And one guy came and he said, "Oh, I have a story. I had, this conversation with my wife on Sunday. We were going to church, and when we got home that later that day or the next day in the kitchen at breakfast, she asked me, you know, were you on time to church? Did you get to church on time?" And so he got really defensive. And I was like, why are you asking me if I was on time? Like he made up this story that she was asking if he was on time to berate him for being late. And so we role played it. And I was like, okay, let's do it with this framework, right? And so when I was playing the wife, I was like, were you on time for church on Sunday? And so what he did was, oh, I'm curious, what's the reason why you're asking me that? And then I said, because, I had my solo in the beginning and I don't think I did very well. I wanted to know what you thought if you were there in time to catch it. It changed the whole energy, the whole mood. And that was the true story. That's why she was asking him, because she was in the choir and she didn't think her performance was well and she wanted his opinion. But he was starting an argument, feeling defensive because she only asked, did you show up? But, that was the question. And if he needed more information, ask more questions to get more answers. But we grow up in a society that teaches us to have the right answers for everything, or we get punished, or we fail school, or we can't graduate. So we always think we have to have the right answers. And that keeps us out of curiosity to ask better questions.